What's up, everybody? This is Jed Johnson from dieselcrew.com. Thanks for checking out my channel. Make sure to subscribe. What I've got is another equipment review video for you, real quick one. It's for the hand yoga from Manus. The website is Manus, manus.co.kr. Check them out. And what this is a piece of equipment specifically designed not to work the closing muscles of the hand, but to work the extensors. It's important to have strength balance in any joint. This is to prevent injuries. This is also to maintain your progress, because if you get too strong on one side of the joint, you can have a tendency to stagnate. So the important thing, if you're a grip training specialist, is to continually improve your grip strength on both sides of the hand. Now, I also mentioned the injury recovery and injury prevention properties of extensor training. Very important. I have lots of testimonials of people who have either gotten rid of pain such as high elbow pain, like tennis elbow, or they have kept it away. I know in my case, I have kept serious elbow pain away for several months, probably even over a year now, strictly by incorporating more extensor work into my training. With that said, let's go ahead and look at the hand yoga. This is a piece of equipment that goes right on your hand. Incidentally, when I found out about this, I was in particular interested in seeing this piece of equipment from this company, because I had already reviewed another similar piece of equipment that, looked identical, but the design for connecting the rubber bands was a little bit different. And I was leery because the other piece of equipment that I had reviewed was so bad, okay? So, to give you I don't want to bring up the name of the other piece of equipment. I don't even know if they're still in business or anything. But to give you an idea, all these bands attach down here on this device. And then one will attach to your thumb, one will attach to your index finger, etc., the whole way across. And as I connect the rest of these, I'll let you know that the other piece of equipment that I had was very similar. Like I said, they attach in a very similar manner. But I'll tell you, as soon as I tried to use the equipment, the rubber band attachments just came right out. They would not stay in. No matter what I tried, how I tried rigging them, they just would not stay in the piece of equipment. So, I had no choice but to give it a bad review. That was something that I actually saw on an airline flight in one of the Sky Mall magazines. But this is the way this works. Now, the extensors are the muscles on the back of your hand. Alright? You're just going to stretch against the rubber band. Okay? Now, this comes with a few extra pieces here. 3. And you could essentially use this for both hands just by taking it off this hand and putting it on the other hand. Okay? But it works like this. Alright? Now, what I'm looking for in something like this is I'm looking for feeling the working feeling going the whole way up my arm. And because of the level of resistance here, I'm not really feeling that. It's really localized to the hand. The reason I'm looking for that stress, if you will, going up the forearm is because the extensor muscles actually crawl up the arm and they attach up here. Alright? So if it's a challenging enough level of resistance, you will feel that. If it's light, it's just going to be localized to the hand. Okay? So while yes, it is working the muscles that it needs to, you're not getting the same result as just using a simple rubber band. I do this on a regular basis. Every time I train, not every day, but every time I train, I will hit what I call a rubber band battery using number 84 rubber bands. And I have a whole cycle of exercises that I do, and it's pretty demanding. In fact, sometimes I even double up the bands because I use these until they just completely give away. So, for me, is the hand yoga an appropriate piece of training equipment? I'm going to say no. The reason why is because I have been doing rubber band extensions for so many years that I am well beyond this level of resistance. And I have really been concentrating on rubber band extensions over the last year, year and a half. So this strength level is just nothing for me. However, that is not to say that this is not going to be the correct resistance level for you, or perhaps someone else that you know. Okay, for instance, my sister seems to believe that she is developing carpal tunnel. So one of the things that I suggested to her was trying the rubber band extensions, in addition to some of the other things that her doctor and therapist had told her. So she's working on that. She does not have the level of strength that I do. She's more of a runner, an endurance athlete, if you will. She doesn't do the resistance training nearly as much. So her level of conditioning is not at the level that mine is as far as specific hand and specific extensor strength. So if you have someone in your life, maybe it's your wife, your mom, or something like that, this might be more suitable for them. It's just such a light resistance that it really does nothing for me. You know, you can feel, you get the sense that it's worked, but you don't get that stimulation that you want. Whereas with these number 84 rubber bands that you can get at pretty much any office supply store that I know of, I've seen them in a couple different places. You know, they're about 1/2 inch thick. I think they're 3.5 inches long. These things are great. This is not yet worn out, so I could do my rubber band battery with this one. In other combinations, if I get some that are older, I've got them laying all over the house. I've got them in my car. I may have to double them up in order to get the same level of resistance, the same stimulation. Regardless, extensor training is important. I highly suggest it. I highly suggest you include it on a regular basis. What is right for you may be different from what's right for me. I'm very susceptible to high elbow pain, high forearm pain, tennis elbow, and the like. So I include this all the time. I stimulate this area all the time. And like I said, for the last year, year and a half, this has been a no issue for me, non-issue. So it's something to try out. Again, the website is Manus, manus.co.kr. The equipment works, sorry about that, the equipment works fine. Nothing wrong with the equipment. It passed my inspection as far as does this thing really work. But as far as the level of resistance, it's just not proper for me. So I hope this video has been helpful. Check it out if you'd like to. And if you have any further questions on this piece of equipment, feel free to leave your comments below. Thanks and all the best for your training. And again, make sure to subscribe. I've got tons of videos coming your way. All the best for your training. Take care.